Hey YouTubers, this is the American Samurai back again with you on the one, the only Anime Haze. Today, as I promised we were going to do, we're talking about TORIKO Part 4. If you haven't seen my other reviews, I would go ahead and check them out. I've made so many of these videos, I can't tell you. They're usually labeled though. I think I did the first one on the first anime review, so before I came up with the name of the Anime Haze. But this is another 2-disc set, and this is the most current one of the TORIKO anime. So, the episodes on here, we have episode 39, The Ultimate Bliss Taste of the Century Soup, episode 40, Housewarming Party, Everyone Gathering at the Sweet House, 41, Gourmet King Championship, Search for the Ultimate Sweets, 42, Bonding Dish, Partners Are Forever, 43, White Hot, TORIKO versus the IGO President, 44, Vegetable Garden, Vegetable Sky, Heaven, Yarn in the Heavens, Vegetable Sky. Disc 8, we have episode 45, Discovery of the King of Vegetables, Ozone Grass, 46, Confession in the Heavens, Formation of the Invincible Duo, 47, Shocking Encounter, Mysterious Life Form Appears, 48, TORIKO rushes in, Truth of the Gourmet World, 49, Enter the Astounding Ringer, True Meaning of Partner, and 50, Shock, The Broken Kitchen Knife, and the Cultural Milk. Extras include Please to the Cast, episode TORIKO, episode 42 commentary, episodes 40 and 46 of commentary as well, Texas opening song, Texas closing song, US trailer, and trailers. This does an overall it does a really good job of following the story. I think it's really enjoyable. It also spins off on its own a little bit after the candy house. Instead of going right into the next story, it gives us about a 3-parter. Where we're introduced to a new creature, and the interesting thing with this one is this all the creatures that showed up in this 3-part series are actually created by the fans. So you actually, all these creatures and plants and everything that you see were created by various people within Japan. So I thought that was kind of a neat concept. I doubt the show in America would ever use that. I don't know why. It's a good concept. I like it. And it goes pretty well up till the Milk story arc, so it does, once again, another great set. It does a good job of continuing where part 3 left off. You get to see the soup of the century. It introduces some new characters. Bringing back some of your old favorites. You have Zombie, whatever you want to call him, the gourmet hunter who I think only showed up once or twice in the manga, but I'm glad to see they use him here a lot more for more like comic relief. It just shows you, just because the character is so low in the manga, they can actually show up a lot more in the anime, and I think that's a good thing. You have an Italian chef who was never introduced in the manga series, like Tina. I think he was done primarily for the anime, and he shows up basically whenever he's like supposedly the protector of. He's basically kind of like the Zorro of the kitchen. You know, when women are in trouble or something, he comes in to save the day. And Tina developed a crush on him. Of course, she also develops a crush on Milk, but if you've read the manga, you already know what happens with Milk, so let's skip that. Overall, another great set, definitely a 10 out of 10. Once again, these anime sets are low pricey, but if you have parts 1, 2, and 3 like I do, you need to get part 4. But if you're wondering where to start, I always say, to quote the King of Hearts to the White Rabbit, begin at the beginning, and when you come to the end, stop. So you always should start series at the beginning, especially if you're not familiar with the manga. But even if you are familiar with the manga, because like I said with this one, they kept pretty true to the main story arc, or the main stories, but they would sometimes they'll go away from the main story arc, create some new characters, and bring them into this world. And there's some really interesting concepts they did, and I really liked it. I thought it was really enjoyable. Zombie was actually pretty funny, and the parfait thing was interesting, and of course, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it's just a really great, this one was really good. I highly recommend picking it up, but if, like I said, if you haven't seen parts 1, 2, 3 first, they're not on YouTube, so I would go ahead and pick up parts 1, 2, and 3 first. You know, of course, you don't have to do it all at once. Maybe just parts 1 and 2. Watch that through if you like that. Then pick up 3 and 4. You know, that's my suggestion. Like I said, I pretty much ordered these as soon as they came out, or pre-ordered them. So you know, I'm a big TORIKO and Nara Rise of the Koi Clan fan. So these are like my. And also, I may have not mentioned before, but if you're a fan of One Piece and Dragon Ball Z, you might also be a fan of this, because it's from the same studio that did those 2 shows, which also are now appearing in the Shonen Alpha series that Shonen Jump is doing now, which is the digitalized comic. So until next time, just the American Samurai saying, "Konnimasen," and sayonara.